Cycling. It looks simple, right? Just two wheels, a frame, and the rhythm of your legs pumping up and down. But beneath that simple motion lies a powerful transformation for your entire body. Most people think cycling is only about building leg muscles or maybe burning some calories, but the truth is much deeper. Every time you push down on the pedals, your heart, lungs, muscles, bones, joints, and even your brain are changing in ways you might not even realize. Today, let's take a journey into what cycling really does to your body, from the very first ride all the way to long-term benefits that can literally add years to your life. Let's start with the obvious. The legs. The moment your foot presses down on the pedal, you're engaging some of the largest muscles in your body. The quadriceps at the front of your thighs fire up to push, the hamstrings at the back contract to pull, the calves stabilize the motion, and even the glutes kick in to provide extra power. Over time, this rhythmic contraction builds lean muscle fibers, especially in your quads and glutes. But here's what many people don't realize. It's not just strength, it's endurance. Cycling doesn't bulk up your muscles the way heavy squats might. Instead, it reshapes them into efficient engines, built to resist fatigue. That's why cyclists often have sculpted, lean legs rather than bulky ones. They're designed for efficiency and stamina. But while your legs might be doing the obvious work, your core is quietly working just as hard. Every time you balance on the bike, whether seated or standing on the pedals, your abdominal muscles and lower back engage to stabilize your posture. The constant micro-adjustments you make to keep the bike upright train your core in ways you barely notice. Over months of cycling, you may realize that your abs are tighter, your posture is straighter, and even your balance when you're not on the bike has improved. That's because cycling forces your core to become a stabilizing powerhouse. Now let's talk about your joints. People often worry about running because of the impact on the knees, hips, and ankles. Cycling, on the other hand, is a low-impact sport. Each pedal stroke moves your knee through its natural range of motion, lubricating the joint and strengthening the muscles around it without the pounding force of running. For people with arthritis, joint pain, or recovering from injury, cycling is often recommended as a safe way to exercise. It strengthens without grinding. Over time, this means healthier knees, smoother joint function, and a lower risk of long-term wear and tear. But cycling is not just about muscles and joints, it's about your heart. The cardiovascular benefits are where cycling really begins to shine. The moment you hop on the bike and start pedaling, your heart rate rises. Blood begins to pump faster, delivering oxygen to working muscles. Over weeks and months of regular cycling, your heart adapts. The muscle walls thicken, making it stronger. It begins to pump more blood with each beat, which means it doesn't have to beat as often. Your resting heart rate drops, a sign of improved cardiovascular health. Your blood vessels also adapt, becoming more flexible, and your lungs increase their capacity. Essentially, cycling trains your body's entire oxygen delivery system. And the benefits? Lower blood pressure, improved cholesterol levels, a reduced risk of heart disease, and a heart that works like a finely tuned machine. Let's pause for a moment and imagine something. Picture yourself pedaling up a long hill. Your legs are burning, your lungs are pulling in air faster and faster, your sweat is dripping, and every cell in your body is screaming to keep going. In that moment, your body is performing an incredible symphony. Your heart is pounding to push blood, your lungs are expanding like bellows, your mitochondria, the little powerhouses in your cells, are breaking down fuel to release energy. And your brain? It's firing signals to keep your muscles coordinated, your balance steady, and your willpower strong. That climb might feel brutal, but it's during those exact moments that your body transforms. Endurance is built not when things feel easy, but when your body is pushed to adapt under stress. And speaking of stress, let's not forget cycling's impact on mental health. The rhythmic, repetitive motion of pedaling has a meditative quality. Combine that with the fresh air, the scenery passing by, and the natural light, and suddenly cycling becomes more than a workout, it's therapy. Studies show that cycling reduces stress hormones like cortisol while boosting endorphins and serotonin, the brain chemicals that improve mood and fight depression. That's why so many people say they feel mentally lighter after a ride. Over time, regular cycling can even rewire your brain, improving memory, creativity, and resilience against anxiety. But let's go deeper into what happens inside your body. Cycling is one of the most effective calorie-burning activities, but it doesn't just torch calories, it changes how your body processes energy. With consistent riding, your metabolism revs higher, even when you're resting. Your body becomes more efficient at using fat as fuel, which not only helps with weight loss but also improves long-term metabolic health. Insulin sensitivity improves, reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Your body essentially becomes a more efficient energy-burning machine. And don't forget your bones. While cycling is low impact and doesn't build bone density quite like running or weightlifting, it still contributes to bone health in indirect ways. By strengthening muscles around the bones and improving balance, cycling reduces the risk of falls and fractures as you age. Combine cycling with some weight-bearing exercises, and you get a perfect formula for lifelong bone strength. Another fascinating transformation happens at the cellular level. When you cycle, your mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside your cells, actually multiply and become more efficient. This is called mitochondrial biogenesis, and it's one of the keys to endurance. More mitochondria mean your body can produce more energy, for longer, with less fatigue. That's why seasoned cyclists can ride for hours while beginners struggle after just a few miles. It's not just willpower, it's biology adapting. And cycling's effects don't stop with the body, they extend to the skin and even your immune system. Regular cycling improves circulation, which delivers more oxygen and nutrients to your skin, giving it a healthy glow. It also strengthens your immune system by mobilizing immune cells, reducing inflammation, and lowering the risk of chronic illnesses. In fact, studies show that people who cycle regularly take fewer sick days and recover faster when they do get ill. Now, let's talk long-term. Imagine you keep cycling for years. What happens then? Your risk of heart disease plummets. Your brain stays sharper, reducing the risk of cognitive decline and diseases like Alzheimer's. Your muscles and joints stay younger for longer. Your weight stays balanced, your energy levels higher. And maybe most importantly, your lifespan increases. Research shows that regular cyclists live longer, healthier lives compared to sedentary people. It's not just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. But there's another hidden benefit, one that doesn't get talked about enough: community. Whether you're riding alone through quiet roads, joining a weekend group ride, or even commuting to work by bike, cycling connects you to nature, to other people, and to yourself. That sense of freedom you get when the wind rushes against your face and the road unfolds ahead, it's a reminder that movement is joy, not just exercise. Of course, we also need to talk about the challenges. Cycling demands energy. It requires discipline, consistency, and sometimes a willingness to endure discomfort. But those challenges are part of the transformation. Every drop of sweat is a signal of adaptation. Every tough climb makes the next one easier. And every ride, no matter how short, is a step toward a stronger, healthier, more resilient version of yourself. So let's bring it all together. Cycling builds lean, powerful legs. It strengthens your core and protects your joints. It transforms your heart and lungs into endurance machines. It reshapes your metabolism and enhances your mitochondria. It sharpens your mind, lifts your mood, and strengthens your immune system. It adds vitality to your skin, longevity to your life, and joy to your spirit. That's the full breakdown of what cycling really does to your body. It's not just an exercise, it's a revolution for your health. So the next time you hop on your bike, remember this: with every pedal stroke, you're not just moving forward on the road, you're moving forward in life. And that's what makes cycling so powerful.